Okay guys, if you're seeing this video, that means Oden's Eye made their big announcement. So if you want to see 5 looks, see the eyeshadow palette swatch out, hear all of my amazing, brilliant insight, and then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do post quite often, so highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so you've already seen that Oden's Eye is coming out with 2 holiday palettes, as well as bringing back their holiday palettes from 2022. Oh my gosh, the way I gasped for you guys when I saw the email, and I literally went to my Instagram and I was like, okay, I know there's a lot of makeup coming out, but listen to me, save your money. And I wanted to tell everyone so bad that Oden's Eye was re-releasing their holiday palettes, because I don't know about you guys, but these were the best palettes of 2022, or at least the best holiday palettes. I'm pretty sure I rank these as my #1 palettes of 2022. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but oh my god, these color stories, like, are you kidding me? So we have the Christmas palette, and the packaging, everything so good. And then we have the Merry Christmas palette, which looks like this. So yeah, I have 4 looks on my channel with these 2 palettes. So I have 2 with the Merry Christmas, and I have 2 with the Christmas Eve palette. So if you guys want to see videos with these ones, they're already up on my channel. I'll go ahead and link them down below for you guys. I wanted to do more looks with these 2, and I maybe will be able to sneak something in. Not 100% sure, because I just have so much going on behind the scenes as well as here on YouTube. So I'll try my best, but I cannot guarantee. These are going to retail for $43.90. I can't remember what the price was last year, but $43.90, and of course you can use my discount code, my affiliate code with Oden's Eye, it's just KHMAKEUP. That applies for anything other than collabs, so none of the Angie palettes or the legendary Diversa palettes, but anything that's part of their collection you will be able to save with the code. So this new collection is launching on November 10th, so you don't have to wait too long. And then here are the 2 new palettes. So we have Snowman Dream and we have Hey Reindeer. And I did go ahead and do close-ups and swatches of these palettes, so we can go ahead and insert those here. I will say these ones look like the more muted versions of last year's palettes. And at first I was a little taken aback, because I was like, oh, I don't know, these shades look very muted. I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy them as much, but I'm actually wearing 2 eye looks I created with the Hey Reindeer palette. So you guys will see that, and you guys will see my looks with the Snowman palette. And then I did a 5th look combining the 2 palettes together as well. I feel like there's so many options with these 2 palettes. And you can also pair these with existing palettes, which will be awesome. And it'll just be so much mixing and matching if that's what you're into. Now, if we look at the Snow Dream palette, this one has like a more Christmassy theme to it. So it has those traditional shades of greens and reds and whites, and some golds and bronzy tones. So it's literally quintessential Christmas in a palette, and it's not as saturated as the Merry Christmas palette. So I just want to show you guys these 2 side by side really quick. So as you can see, this one is just like a more muted version of this one that has it like really dialed up. So 2 gorgeous palettes as always. I'm so excited. And then Hey Reindeer, I don't think is as similar to the Christmas Eve palette, but again, I just feel like the deep blues from this palette would pair so well with the blues in the Hey Reindeer palette, and like this red with this orange with this kind of color would be also really nice for a sunset eye look. So I did do a sunset eye look, and a blue tone look with this one. So I'm wearing this palette on my eyes right now, but how stunning. This eggnog shade is a beautiful peachy shade on the lids. It looks yellow in the pan, so I thought I was going to get like a canary yellow, but as you can see, it's absolutely stunning. There's some grungy shades in here as well. As always, I did create multiple looks with the palettes. So I did 2 looks with Snow Dream, 2 looks with Hey Reindeer, and then I combined them. So I will try and remember to timestamp everything in the description box if you want to jump around. I almost forgot to mention as well, we have scarves with this collection, or launch, I should say. So this is the reindeer one, and they usually do these as gifts with purchase depending on like what bundle you buy and such. So I don't actually have information on it, but they usually do scarves like this with every launch that they've had so far. So I just wanted to mention them since I have them here with me. But now let's go ahead and get into the 5 looks I created with these palettes. Okay, so we're gonna film a look with the Snow Dream palette, and I kind of want to do a green look with this palette and a neutral look because that's kind of where it's sending me. Also, I gave my child her favorite, loudest, crinkliest toy. So if you hear some sound in the background, she's just chilling in her pack and play while mom films. So all the disclaimers have been provided. I'm going to start off with this Nabla brush, and I'm going to go into this shade called Ornament. It's a really pretty grungy green, and I'm going to apply that on the crease. So that's what it looks like. And then I feel like I don't really have a shade for the outer corner, so I'm just going to leave it like this. And then I'm going to take the shade called Snowflake, and it's like a minty green shade, and I'm just going to run that on the edge of the shade Ornament, just to help blend the edges out just a little bit. And then for the lid, I want to use the shade called Frankincense. It's like a really pretty silvery holo shade. I don't own a lot of shades that are like holographic looking, so I'm excited to just kind of put that all over the lid. So I picked up the shade on a flat Sigma brush. I'm going to give it a nice spray, and I'm just going to pop that all over the lid. It's kind of a simple eye look. I think I'm just going to do 1 look per eye on this one. And I think this is super cute with just that holographic shadow all over the lid. It's so sparkly and beautiful. Perfect for the holiday season. I love that so much. I'm going to work on the lower lash line at the end. So now let's hop on over to this eye and do a neutral look. Okay, so for my neutral eye look, I think I'm going to use this shade called Feast, and then this dark kind of terracotta brown. And then there's 2 really beautiful like neutrally shimmers. I think I might use the shade Tradition all over the lid, as well as maybe this one called Sweater. It's more of like a sheer topper shadow, but I might use those 2. So let's get started. Let's see how it goes. So I'm going to grab a Sigma brush, and I'm going to go into the shade, this one right here. I can't see it right now because I accidentally swiped over the shade name with my finger when I was swatching it. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck this on the outer corner. This palette doesn't really have a lot of dark shades. It's very much like a airy fairy shade. I guess the name totally makes sense. So I'm just gonna make it work as best as I can. But it's a very different palette for me. I could definitely see myself pairing both the palettes together as well. So if I have time, I might do more looks mixing the palettes together. But for now, I wanted to just do as many looks as I can. Oh my gosh, somebody's got a lot to say today. I want to do as many looks as I can before these launch. So then I'm going to go into the shade Feast, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner. Okay, so for the lid, I'm going to use this shade called Tradition all over. and maybe put the shade Sweater on top. We'll see how it goes. Just gonna pick up a nice amount on a Unearthly brush, give it a nice spray. And I just know this is gonna foil so beautifully. I don't know if I've ever done a neutral look with an Oden's eye palette, but maybe there is a first time for everything. This is such a sparkly, pretty, bronzy color. And I'm just throwing that all over my lid. I love doing eye looks like this. I just feel like it's so flattering on my tan skin tone. I don't do them enough, but this would have been like a go-to eye look for me in like 2016, 2015. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm going to use the Pacifica eyeliner in the shade. I don't know what this one is called, but they sent it to me. It's a really pretty seafoam color, and it was very pigmented when I swatched it. Holy bananas. What? That was so pigmented. Are you kidding me? I need to go look up if they make more shades of this. This is the Pacifica. Doesn't say a name. Oh, these are made in Italy? Oh, snap. I wonder if they have more shades, and it smells like a pencil liner, which I love so much. Apparently she has a lot to say today, guys. I'm so sorry if that bothers you in any way. You know, can't be helped, really. I'm going to use this one. This is a brown eyeliner from ColourPop. It is in the shade Woodsy. Okay, so I'm going to take my favorite brush from Game Beauty, and I'm just going to run the shade Ornament on the lower lash line. And for the inner corner, I'm going to use a matte shade. I'm going to go into Snowflake, and I'm just going to pick that up on the brush and really just press that onto the inner corner. I usually never do a matte inner corner look, but I figured I'd go ahead and try it. And then for the neutral eye look, I'm going to go into the, what is this shade called? I can't see it. I literally drug eyeshadow over the name, so I can't see what it says. Oh well, I'm going to go into the warm brown, and I'm going to run that on the lower lash line. That is such a pretty color. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to use the shade I didn't use on the lid called Sweater. Just going to pick that up on the pencil brush, give it a nice spray, and just tap that on. That's such a pretty like golden shade. So you can see it right there. So the looks are done. I just need to throw on some highlighter, some blush, a lip shade, and I'll be right back to show you guys the two finished looks with the Snow Dream palette. Okay friends, so here are the two finished looks with the Snow Dream palette from Oden's Eye. I'm chuckling a little bit because snow is definitely not a dream for me. So anyways, if you're confused, I live in North Dakota. They say that Chicago is the windiest city and that like Alaska is super cold. I disagree with both of those things. Anyway, if you want to come visit, you sure can. These are the two looks. What do you guys think? I might film one more look with this palette if I have the time, or I might combine the two palettes. I'm not quite sure. I feel like the holiday season has set in, and I didn't have any palettes on the horizon to play with, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I have so many palettes that I need to play with, so I gotta figure it out. I can only wear so many eye looks in a day, so we decided to do two, one on each eye. Hopefully you like these, and now let's get into two more looks with the Reindeer palette. Okay, it's time to film two looks with the Hey Reindeer palette. I feel like this is my Bluey Mom palette, so if you don't know, I am obsessed with this cartoon called Bluey, and I'm actually wearing a Bluey sweatshirt, so we got blue and orange. And low-key, what do you know? This palette's got a blue and an orange. So I feel like it's my Bluey palette. What do you guys think about that? Anyways, I want to do kind of a sunset eye look with this one. So we're going to start off with the shade called Mistletoe, which is a beautiful red right here. And I'm taking it on a Sigma brush, and we're going to put that on the outer corner. Such a pigmented shade right here. Just building that up on the outer edge. Next, I'm going to go into the shade called Fireplace. It's the beautiful, like, vibrant orange. And I'm going to put that, ooh, that's a pretty color. I love shades like this. So fiery. Kind of reminding me of the look I did with Angie's palette. The Trick or Treat palette, I believe. It also had some really pretty shades that I could do a sunset eye with. So you guys really liked that look, so let's do another one. Why not? Now I did get quite a bit of fall off from that orange shade. I probably didn't dust my brush off enough, but it's all right. We can fix that. And then I'm gonna go in with this really pretty shade called Eggnog. I've been eyeing it the whole time. It's a canary, like, yellow sparkly shadow. So that's definitely going all over the lid. So I grabbed it on a flat brush. I'm going to give it a spray and we're going to run that all over the lid. Ooh, it has like a really pretty peachy shift to it. Sorry, I was just curious if it would build up better with my finger. Ooh, that's pretty. It doesn't look as yellow on the lid as it does in the pan. It definitely pulls more like a peachy red shade. But that is so fun. What a pretty color. Okay, so for the outer part of the eye, I wonder if I should use a different shade. Maybe this one called Christmas Stocking. It's like a brown, like a shimmery bronzy color. I'll just pop a little bit of that on the outer part of the eyelid and blend it into Eggnog. Okay, so I wanted to kind of intensify the outer corner, so I'm going in with this darker brown shade called Snowish. It's the darkest shade in the palette. So I was just dabbing that on with a Sydney Grace brush, and I'm just going to use that other Sigma brush to kind of diffuse it a little bit. Okay, so a little bit of an unexpected look, I feel like, with the Reindeer palette. And then on this eye, of course, I have to do a blue look. I told you, this is my bluey palette, so we're going to do a blue look. Okay, so on this eye, we're going to use the blues to create my bluey look. So I think I'm going to use a shade called Holly, Ivy, Cider, and on the lid I'm going to use the shade called, let me see if I can read this, Presents, right here. Oh my gosh. Listen, English is difficult today, let me tell you. I'm grabbing a clean brush. I'm going to go into the shade Holly, which is like a slate gray blue shade. And I'm going to put that on the crease as well as bring a little bit on the lid. Kind of going to keep that concentrated on the outer corner because it's like the darkest blue-gray shade. And then I'm going to go into the shade called Ivy, which is a pretty more vibrant blue. And we're going to use that in the inner part of the crease and bring it towards the center. Okay, so these two shades, they are different shades of like blue, but it's really hard to see. There's not a lot of contrast there. So I'm just letting you know that they don't look that different. And now I'm going to take the shade Presents and we're going to throw that on the lid. Oh my gosh, this is such a pretty shade of blue. It's like, I don't know, I feel like a snow princess. It has a very sheer base, so that's why I'm using my finger, because I wanted to pack it on quite a bit. And then I'm going to take the same brush I used on the shade Snowish, and I'm just going to tuck a little bit of that on the outer corner. Okay, so both looks are basically done. I'm going to throw on something in the waterline so I can finish up the looks. I think I'm also going to throw on a wing liner, just because I'm in that wing liner era, as I keep saying. And yeah, let's go ahead and do all of that real quick. Okay, so for eyeliners, on this eye I use from the Youth collection from Natasha Denona. This is the shade Flush, no, Fushi. Oh my god. And then this one is from Pacifica, and I love this eyeliner. I looked to see if they have more shades. They have a couple of more pastels and then like a black and a brown. So I need to think about purchasing that. I've been talking about how creamy these are. Okay, friends, it got a little chaotic here. So hopefully I managed to film everything that I wanted to. But I really like how this look turned out. I love my Bluey and Bingo shirt, and actually we've got Chili as well as Dad on the arms. So if you guys haven't seen this one, it's from Target. I will link it down below for you guys in case you want to shop. But these are the two looks with the reindeer palette. So that is it. Now let's go ahead and check out the last look where I combined both of the palettes. Okay, so I thought I would do a look combining these palettes because I have something in mind, and so that's what I'm gonna film now. And I'm gonna start off with the reddy shade here called Guess. It's just such a beautiful vibrant red, so I thought I would incorporate that into an eye look. This is a very pigmented shade, so I'm just gonna throw that on the outer corner. Okay, I really love that shade, and it looks so bright and poppy. Next I'm going to go into this shade called Greetings. It's like a really pretty mauve color. I'm going to use the same brush, and we're just going to run that in on the inner part of the eye and meet the Guess shade in the middle. I'm just going to blend. Love that. Okay, I'm going to go back into the shade Guest and just brighten that up a little bit. Okay, so now for a lid shade, I have a few different options. The shade Candy Cane looks really pretty. I also love the look of this purpley shade called Celebrate in the Snow Dream palette. So let's see here. I was also thinking I could go like Wild Card and use like Eggnog on my lid. So, I think I'm going to do Candy Cane though, because I'm feeling like the pink and the red together, and I kind of don't want to disrupt that with a completely different tone. So I'm going to grab some of the pink and we'll see how it goes. I feel like the pink is like a toppery shade though. Let's try it out and see. You never know until you try. Ooh! Oh, stop it. Do you see that? That is so pretty. It's like a pretty peachy shade. Oh my god, that is so pretty. So unexpected. I feel like Candy Cane is such a perfect name for that shade. Something about it just has like the most vibrant, pinky, preachy shift to it. Okay, that is so cute. I'm going to take a little bit more of the shade Guest from the Snow Dream palette, and I'm just going to pack that onto the outer corner. Okay, I really like how that's looking. I'm just going to throw something in the waterline. I think I might use a white eyeliner and then finish up the look. Okay, so I used the white eyeliner from ColourPop. This shade is called Exit. And I feel like this look needs a wing liner, so I'm going to throw a wing liner on real quick. I grab some of the red shade, and I'm going to run that on the lower lash line, kind of towards the center of the lower lash line. And I'm going to use the shade called Reindeer on the inner portion of the lower lash line, just a little bit of a lighter pinky tone. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to go into the shade called Christmas Ham. That's a great name. Christmas Ham. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, I'm going to give it a little spray. And we're just going to put that on the inner corner. I don't know, I had fun combining the two palettes just to give you guys another option for a look. So I'm gonna throw on some mascara, some blush, highlighter, all of the things, a lippy, some earrings, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. What do we think? I really love how this turned out. I was gonna do like a sunset eye, but I had a pink shirt on, so I was like, well, I think it's time to pivot. And I really love how this turned out. I think pink and red pair so well together, so really love that. And I just want to tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So for blush, I am wearing the Gucci blush in the shade Intense Plum. These are so nice. So if the Sephora sale is still happening, highly recommend. And for my highlighter, another product you can pick up at Sephora. This is the Melt True Love Never Dies highlighter. And also my lip combo is the Unearthly lip pencil in the shade Char. And I just got in an Ulta order, so I did grab one of the e.l.f. lip oils. This is in the shade, it's the brown shade, I can't see. Oh gosh, I'm so blind. Money Talks, I think is what it is. So my lips were feeling really dry, so I decided to go with a lip oil for this look. This is a look with both palettes combined. So let's go ahead and talk about these two eyeshadow palettes and whether or not I recommend this collection to you guys. So now let's go ahead and talk about these palettes really quick. I am so excited that Oden's Eye is bringing back their two holiday palettes from last year. I feel like so many people missed out on these, so I'm so happy. I really hope they stick around and are in stock for a little bit longer. Although I feel like the last time these launched, they did also do a pre-order, so you know, I'm just happy that they're bringing them back a second time around because I didn't think they would. So that is so awesome because I feel like these were just so good, and the quality and just the color story and everything, like I love these palettes so much. I feel like I can't talk about them because you couldn't get them, but now we have a chance, so that is so exciting. And then the two new palettes I am also so excited about. I feel like they bring something different to the table with the Oden's Eye color stories. I feel like a lot of their existing palettes are very vibrant and colorful. I hope you enjoyed the 5 looks I created with these two palettes. I feel like I haven't done this many looks in a hot second on my channel, so hopefully it was helpful to y'all. I had so much fun playing with these new ones. There's so many fun color combos in here, and I feel like these palettes just can work so well together. When I first saw these, I was like, oh my gosh, these are very muted, and that is definitely true, but I feel like people are kind of into those muted looks nowadays. I mean, when I think of their last legendary Diversa collaboration, Amanda's palette was the first one to sell out, and it has like muted greens and purples, and so I feel like this is an extension of that vibe. So if you really enjoyed Amanda's color story, you will really appreciate these two palettes. They have very desaturated, colorful eyeshadows in them, so very different from Angie's Trick or Treat and Little Ghost palettes. But also, honestly, I feel like these will combine really well with those two palettes as well, if you already have them, or if you are planning on snagging all 4 palettes with the holiday palettes from last year re-releasing. I feel like they are just about to really kill it at holiday, so I'm so excited. I wanted to do more looks with the existing holiday palettes from 2022, but I wasn't able to get that done before I finished this video, so I'll probably upload more looks with those palettes hopefully soon, but I'm trying to scramble and prioritize things. I did do 4 looks with those palettes though, so I'll try and remember to link my old videos down in the description box for you guys. Otherwise, I do have an Oden's Eye playlist, so I feel like Oden's Eye is coming in hot for holiday. I was so pumped when I got the email where they said they were restocking the old palettes, because I feel like those are some of the best palettes they've done. And I saw so many people were upset that they sold out so quickly and that they were limited edition. I had no idea that they were going to bring them back. So I was super pumped and I'm so excited for you guys. I know there's a lot of makeup coming out, so it's tough, but I know so many of my fellow creator friends will be posting videos on these palettes, on the ones that are coming back, so I'm sure you will have a ton of time to do research, figure out which ones you want to get your hands on. But personally, I am so excited with the looks I created with these palettes. They're a lot more versatile than I thought just looking at them. I was like, oh, they're so muted, but once you start digging into them and really experimenting, you can make some really fun looks. This one is so like fun for the holidays. Like, it's a muted Christmassy vibes palette. The other palette, the Hey Reindeer one, I'm just gonna call my Bluey Bingo palette. Like, how fun is this? I love it. So I had so much fun with the holiday collection. Let me know your first impression thoughts in the comments below. This collection is launching on November 10th, so definitely go ahead and mark it in your calendar. I do have an affiliate code with Oden, like I said at the start of this video. These were sent to me, and you can use my code KHMAKEUP to save on anything on the Oden website, excluding collaborations, of course. So thank you in advance for anyone that uses my code, has always supported my code with Oden. It means a lot to me. And I think that's everything. I hope you guys are having a great day. Let me know if you are excited for these new palettes or for the two older Christmas palettes to come back. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you guys already know that these were coming back in stock? I want to know what you think because I love hearing from you all. I love chatting to you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this made your day because it definitely made mine when I found out the two old palettes were coming back and that we were getting two new palettes as well. And I will see you in another video very soon. Bye, guys.